We do begin tonight with the showdown between the White House and the Supreme Court. In a rare overnight ruling, the nation's highest court temporarily blocking the deportation of dozens of Venezuelan migrants that the Trump administration alleges are gang members under a centuries-old wartime law. The White House blasting that decision in a statement to ABC News and expressing confidence that the deportation actions are lawful. This amid growing controversy over the removal of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a Maryland man who was mistakenly sent to a notorious prison in El Salvador. ABC's senior White House correspondent Selena Wang leads us off from Washington.
Tonight, a late-night showdown between President Trump and the judiciary. The Supreme Court blocking the deportation of some Venezuelan migrants accused by the Trump administration of being gang members under the Alien Enemies Act, a centuries-old law that provides little to no due process. The highest court ruling overnight on an emergency appeal from the ACLU, directing the administration to pause the deportations until further order of this court. The ACLU's lead attorney says the migrants received this notice and were told they'd be removed in 12 to 24 hours.
We're talking about the administration hurrying people to the plane to send them to the Salvadoran prison without any due process whatsoever.
A White House spokesperson telling ABC News, "We are confident in the lawfulness of the administration's actions and in ultimately prevailing against an onslaught of meritless litigation brought by radical activists." The Trump administration first invoked the Alien Enemies Act in mid-March, deporting hundreds of Venezuelan migrants to Secot, a notorious maximum security prison in El Salvador. At the time, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to stop the deportation flights, but they refused in apparent defiance of the order before a divided Supreme Court ultimately ruled they could continue. Among the deported, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a father from Maryland who was mistakenly put on a plane.
He was traumatized by being at Secot and fearful of many of the prisoners in other cell blocks.
Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen just returning from El Salvador after meeting Abrego Garcia, saying he has since been moved to a different detention center. The Trump administration insists Abrego Garcia is actually a violent member of the MS-13 gang, but he has no criminal convictions. His family denies the association, and the administration has provided no evidence to the courts. The president attempting to bolster the claim by posting this photo on social media of what he says is Abrego Garcia's hand. But the MS-13 symbols appear to be superimposed, and it's not clear if the other tattoos have any links to the gang. The White House says Abrego Garcia will not be returned home, despite the Supreme Court ordering them to facilitate his release. Tonight, Senator Van Hollen firing back with a challenge. It's time for them to put up or shut up in court rather than on social media. This is not about one man. We are standing up for everyone's right to due process under the Constitution. In wit tonight, just moments ago, the Trump administration filed its response asking the Supreme Court to lift its decision to block the administration's deportation of Venezuelan migrants in northern Texas. These legal battles are just beginning. With
Selena Wang tonight, thank you. And tune into This Week tomorrow morning. Jonathan Karl talks with Senator Chris Van Hollen and Trump administration border czar Tom Homan about the latest standoff over those deportation orders.